Oftentimes, depression is seen as quite a straightforward disorder. Most people tend to classify anyone who they see as sad as depressed. But within depression itself, there are various types and sub-disorders. So today on Seeking More, we'll be learning about 5 different types of depression and what they entail. Let's get into it. First up on the list is MDD, or Major Depressive Disorder. This is also sometimes known as clinical depression. This is the most commonly diagnosed form of depression, and the primary symptoms are an overwhelming and persistent feeling of sadness, a lack of interest in things that used to interest you before, and a complete lack of motivation. Now, a person with this type of depression often finds it difficult to do much of anything, so even something like seeking treatment for this condition can be quite challenging for them. Now, while there are numerous causes of MDD, the medical journal Neuron states that genetics may be a leading factor, due to a study which showed that people with a blood relative that had MDD were 3 times more likely to themselves have MDD compared to the general population. Next up on the list is Persistent Depressive Disorder, or PDD. While similar to MDD, the symptoms of PDD display themselves over a much longer period of time, which are normally more than 2 years, and they lack the more severe symptoms that can be present in MDD, such as anhedonia, psychomotor symptoms, and thoughts of death or suicide. The primary symptoms of PDD are usually persistent feelings of sadness and hopelessness, insomnia or excessive sleep, a lack of energy, and an extreme change in eating habits. Although its exact cause is unknown, PDD appears to have its roots in a combination of genetic, biochemical, environmental, and psychological factors. In addition, chronic stress and trauma can also provoke PDD. Next up on the list is Psychotic Depressive Disorder. People with psychotic depression tend to have the same symptoms as MDD, along with more severe symptoms, such as hallucinations, delusions, paranoia, and catatonia. While somewhat similar to schizophrenia, people with psychotic depression usually have delusions or hallucinations regarding depression, such as those of worthlessness or failure, whereas people with schizophrenia often have far more bizarre hallucinations or delusions. Now, most doctors categorize psychotic depression as a subset of major depressive disorder, and due to this, there is an ongoing debate about how accurate this actually is. Premenstrual dysphoric disorder, or PMDD. This is a type of depression that affects women during the second half of their menstrual cycle. The symptoms include depression, anxiety, and mood swings, but unlike premenstrual syndrome, or PMS, which affects up to 85% of women and has milder symptoms, premenstrual dysphoric disorder affects about 5% of women and is far more severe. Treatment for this kind of depression may include a combination of antidepressant drugs as well as talk and nutrition therapies. Postpartum depression. This is a common occurrence among new mothers experiencing hormonal changes following childbirth. The stress of raising a new child and changes to the body can greatly affect the new mother's mood. This can range from persistent feeling of sadness and fatigue that requires medical treatment all the way up to postpartum psychosis, a condition in which the mood episode is accompanied by confusion, hallucinations, delusions, and often violence. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. I really do appreciate the support. And as always, keep seeking more.